Hey folks, today we're diving into the twisted mind of the Roman Emperor Caligula. Now, before we start, I gotta warn you, this is some pretty messed up stuff, so buckle up. Caligula was born into the Julio Claudian dynasty, the most prestigious family in Rome. But even from a young age, he was a little off. His mother, Agrippina, was a formidable woman who was also known for her ruthlessness. She saw the potential in her son and wanted to groom him for greatness. To this end, she would often dress him up in military garb, which made him look like a little soldier. But things took a turn for the worse when Caligula's father, Germanicus, died under mysterious circumstances. Some believe that he was poisoned by his political enemies, while others think it may have been a result of an illness. Regardless of what really happened, Agrippina was inconsolable and became increasingly paranoid. She convinced Caligula that he was destined for greatness and that he needed to be prepared to take over the empire at any moment. And boy, did he take that to heart. Caligula's early years as an emperor were marked by a series of lavish public spectacles and celebrations that were designed to win over people's hearts and minds. He would organize massive games and festivals with chariot races, gladiatorial contests, and wild animal hunts that would often end in bloodshed. Because what better way to win over people than with a good old-fashioned bloodbath? But there was also a much darker side of Caligula's personality that had begun to emerge during this time. He had a disturbing fascination with cruelty and sadism, and he would frequently indulge in acts of depravity and debauchery. Perhaps the most infamous example of Caligula's erratic behavior was his relationship with his favorite horse, Incitatus. Caligula was said to be so fond of the horse that he would often invite it to dine with him in his palace. Some even claim that he had a marble stable built for the animal and that he intended to make it consul. I mean, let's be real here. Who needs human friends when you got a horse that'll listen to your problems? As Caligula's reign continued, his behavior became more and more erratic. He would often engage in quote-unquote wild parties with both men and women, and he would even have a habit of marrying and divorcing women within a matter of hours. He also had a fascination with death, and would often attend public executions, sometimes even personally participating in them. Caligula's god complex also led him to make some truly bizarre and terrifying decisions. For example, he declared war on the god Neptune and ordered his soldiers to attack the sea by stabbing it with their swords. Because, let's face it, when you're already a power-hungry emperor, why not go all the way and declare war on a literal god? Perhaps most chillingly, Caligula had a secret underground tunnel between the palace and the nearby theater. He would use the tunnel to sneak up behind actors who were displeasing him during their performance and have them executed on the spot. Keep dancing! It was either a standing ovation or a death sentence, with no in between. And when he wasn't indulging his own sadistic desires, he was busy conspiring against his own family members and political rivals. Now, you might be thinking, how did this silly guy get away with all this madness? Well, for one, Caligula had the support of the army, who were more than happy to do his bidding. He would often give them generous bonuses and rewards for their loyalty, and made sure to keep them happy with all the games and spectacles he lavished on the people. And two, he had a legion of spies and informants who would report back to him on any potential threats. He was paranoid and always on the lookout for anyone who might be plotting against him. But eventually, Caligula's behavior became too much for even his most loyal of followers. His antics had led to a growing discontent among the people, and his deviancy and violent behavior had alienated many of his supporters. Even the Praetorian Guard, who were supposed to be his most trusted protectors, had had enough of his shit. Hey, Praetorian. Yeah? Got your nose? Yep, you're fucking dead. So when the Praetorian Guard finally decided to give him the old Julius Caesar treatment, let's just say that it wasn't a very dignified way to go. I mean, when even your own bodyguards are tired of your crap, you know you've messed up big time. It's like the old saying goes, don't bite the hand that feeds you, or that hand might just stab you to death. Who knew being a god king could be so hazardous to your health? So there you have it, folks, the story of Caligula, the madman who believed himself to be a god. And if you take anything away from this, let it be this: power corrupts, and absolute power corrupts absolutely. Stay curious, my friends.